What's up, folks? It's Eli. Today we're going to do this short, simple little clip of a rebuild of the 520 box cab. We got two variations here. Here's the copper colored pantograph, and then the more normal black colored pantograph. I already have this one stripped apart. Very simple. One screw for the frame to the cab, screw for the pilot truck here, brushes, and your armature washer here. Had this soaking in the mineral spirits for a little longer than I wanted, but it'd still be just fine. We will take them out and pop them in my pan here. I got my Pyrex pan filled about a ½ inch full with mineral spirits. Just a simple little cleaning kit, stainless wire brush, a little dental pick, toothbrush, and a worn out, beat up Scotch-Brite scrubby. Use the Scotch-Brite pad to scuff the surface of the commutator face. It'll clean that right up, make it sparkling brand new. All right, we'll be back. I forgot to add in the toolkit the almighty chip brush. This is super important. Just scrub the mineral spirits all over the whole thing, and by applying it back over it self rinses. And I'm not going to film any cleaning aspects just because that's pretty self-explanatory, but one thing I will point out, using the scrubby pad here, you can hold the armature in your hands or your fingers and rotate it by holding this scrubby pad, the Scotch-Brite, on top of the commutator face and polish it in a rotating fashion. That is how you get the face nice and clean and scuff free, by rotating it in the same, I do it in both directions. And then also use this dental pick to clean the separations. Then I air dry it to get all the liquid out of there. Okay. Here's the pan with just the motor frame and the truck, the commutator, and one brush, and the little gear eccentric clean so far. I left one of these brushes in here. It's still dirty. I point this out in more detail on other videos, but just for a short little clip, here's the brush I cleaned off with the Scotch-Brite, polished the sides and the top and bottom, and then use this little pad of 800 grit sandpaper. And you can either put it directly in the pan or dip this and get a little bit of liquid on it and stand it upright like that. And you can hold your hand down on your finger with one finger like this on the sandpaper, and then the other piece firmly holding it upright, and in a circular motion polish the face of the brush and refresh the face of the brush. This one, you can see it's all nice and shiny, ready for some more electrical action. Here's the commutator face, done with just this old beat up Scotch-Brite pad. Came out really good. These have been sitting here since I cleaned them, but I'll take them outside and use the high compressed air from the air compressor and blow them off to completion. Then they'll be free of liquid that might be lingering around in there. Another thing that I show in some clips, but since this is so short, is take a Q-tip and snip the end of it off here. This is a full one here on this side. This one's snipped, and you can dip it in the mineral spirits here and rub it through the brush holder here, the brush slot, and clean the carbon buildup out of the walls of this. If you come from the back side here, it's a little bit more helpful because of the spring that's in the way from the top side. But this will clean those right up. Let me see if I disassembled the E unit. But this is all clean and should be good little runner here. All right, I just got to clean this one brush, the frame, and then gently wash the cab, and we'll be good. This one will be good to go. And I'll do the second one here, and they'll be ready for the layout. All right, we'll be back. All right, everything's clean. Just washed the shell and the pantograph off. Got the frame cleaned off with mineral spirits. And put the armature in. Thing I wanted to show before I do that, I'm going to use lithium grease on the gears, and but I want to put this a little bit of this red and tacky on the back of the armature shaft. That way, keep from having to oil that every so often, and that'll stay nice and lubed. Get this thing put back together and do a little test run on the layout. Since I've rebuilt my service desk, I don't have a test track anymore. Well, I haven't rebuilt it, so we'll just do a little bench test before we put the cab back on. Sounds pretty good. All right, I think it's gonna be great. All right, we'll be back. I could have spent a little bit more time detailing this one, but it'll be just fine. This has been soaked and submerged in the mineral spirits, and then cleaned, and then drip dry for a little bit, and then now I've got the air compressor on, and this is how I fully dry them all off here. Works pretty good. This is how I dry off the armature. All right, the frame here of the copper pantograph version is the last thing to clean up besides washing the shell off here. Something that I found interesting and wanted to point out to you was that the mounting of the motor to the frame is completely different than the black normal pantograph style. This one has a screw with post and E-clip through the frame and into the motor right here. And then this one just has a screw with a little ferrule inset for the little pilot truck here. So there actually is another slight little variation there, which I found interesting. The commutator face came pretty clean. I could have, I used this beat up Scotch-Brite pad. We'll be probably trashing that one and getting out a new one, but this is what this ends up looking like eventually. So I could have got it a little cleaner if I'd used that one, but it'll be just fine. The brush ends are nice and refreshed. Just another about 10 minutes or so, and this will be ready to go. Here's the second 520, the copper pantograph variety. Bench test. That's full blast. Woo! Woo woo! Nice. Cheers from the Lone Star State.